What's going on, my Astro family? Welcome to your weekly horoscope overview and reading for the week of September 8th through September 14th, 2024. We got a lot of astrological happenings in the sky, and I'm going to speak generally about how those energies are affecting all of us, and then I'll talk more about how it's going to affect each sign after I give you the rundown of what's actually happening, so you can make more of it to make the transformations and the shifts that you need. Okay, so let's start with the key planetary alignments. First, we have the Sun opposing Saturn. And with this aspect, you might feel like you're losing a little bit of your confidence because of negative thinking, which it's leading to moments of self-doubt. Unfortunately, this is the effect of Saturn. So we just have to work through it. You will definitely feel like progress is slowed by the challenges of these negative thoughts. There's going to be some delays, and that's going to be a little bit confusing. Okay, but this period is encouraging us to go within and to have some self-reflection, so we can take responsibility with regards to what's going on in our lives. And that self-reflection is going to lead to the personal growth that is meant to put us on the path of, despite the restrictive energy that Saturn is bringing. Next, we're going to have Mercury quincunx Neptune. Now, just really quickly, if you don't understand what a quincunx is, that is when you have signs that are 150 degrees apart and they just don't speak the same language. They don't understand each other. So, just imagine if you are trying to get directions from someone and you stop and ask them a question, but they speak a completely different language from you. They don't understand what you're asking, and you don't understand what they're saying to you. And so you have to figure out how to translate so you can speak to one another, so you can communicate with one another. That's what goes on with a quincunx. And the reason why that is because the modalities and the element of the signs that the aspect is happening with, they just are different. The energies are different. So the modality really deals with the energy that the sign has. So the modality deals with whether the sign is fixed. Fixed signs wants to keep things the same. They want to maintain the status quo. Cardinal signs, they want to start anew. Their job is to bring new fresh life into our atmosphere. And then we have the mutable signs, which brings forth transformation. They transform the existing structures. And so when those signs don't really gel with the element of the sign, the elements are fire, earth, air, and water. And so when the modality doesn't mix with the sign, we have lack of understanding. And so that's what this Mercury quincunx Neptune is bringing with us. And so we might have trouble with mental clarity. This is going to be confusing, and we're going to have difficulty aligning intuition with logical thoughts. So there's going to be a lot of trouble with trying to kind of, work that out. So your instincts might feel a bit reliable because, Neptune is involved. And there's going to be a tendency to drift into daydreams. So watch for that. Productivity and communication could suffer as well due to this kind of hazy energy. So, we'll have to figure out how we're going to get through that, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. We're also having Mercury quincunx Pluto, so conversations and anything that we say, any type of exchange of words with another, that might stir up some intense reactions and power struggles. So we just want to watch what we say to people. We don't want to, be having our words cause arguments and misunderstandings, but it might be inevitable because of the energy that's happening here. So also reassessing past choices or adjusting current plans could be beneficial as second guessing is coming now. So that's a positive of it. If you're second guessing something, you might just take a second look at it and see where you can do things differently. We also have Venus this week quincunxing Saturn. This is going to deal with emotional sensitivity. So emotional sensitivity will increase, but the source of the feelings just may not be clear. You might not know where this sensitivity is coming from. It's expressing affection or engaging socially, that can kind of feel awkward or forced. So if you feel that, kind of step back a bit. Yeah, it's naturally going to create some emotional distance, but it will pass. There's going to be a tendency to hesitate in relationships, causing feelings of, isolation. Unfortunately, Saturn, quincunxing Venus, it's going to be a little awkward. Later on, we're going to have Mercury sextile Mars, right? The sextile is a easier energy. We have, situations where opportunities are presented to us, but we have to make the most of those opportunities. So really with this sextile, you're going to be asking yourself, how am I going to seize the opportunity that is presenting, or what do I need to do to behold the opportunity that's in front of me? Because you have to put forth energy with the sextile. And so with this Mercury sextile in Mars, mental energy is sharp. It's going to enable quick decisions and good communication. There's going to be a natural enthusiasm for sharing ideas through this energy. It's going to be turning your thoughts into actionable plans. So you will be able to take action. Productivity is going to be high during this time, and tasks will be handled. The things you got to do is going to be handled with ease because of the energy of the sextile. Later on, we're going to have the Sun square Jupiter. Now, with squares bring on full-on battles, tension, struggle, and conflict. But the point is you need to find a solution so that you can, end up at a better place than after figuring out what the solutions are going to be. Also, squares ask you to find your strength, right? How do you best use this energy to solve the problem or the challenges that's being put before you, right? You want to ask yourself, who do you want to be, or who will you be when this challenge is over, right? How is this challenge teaching you to dig deep and to find your strength? That's why, squares are hard, but they make us who we are. So embrace this energy, right? And with the Sun squaring Jupiter, there's going to be a sense of dissatisfaction and restlessness that may arise. But, it's prompting you to desire more and to find your strength and take the action to be who you want to be and to have the outcome that you want when the challenge is over. There is a risk of overreacting and creating inflated expectations. So just be aware of that. Your optimism, ultimately is going to be high with Jupiter there, right? And the moods may be a bit unstable because Jupiter is blowing it out of proportion, but the energy can feel creative. So use it wisely, right? Find your strength and overcome. That's the point. Now, guys, I want to quickly go over what's happening with the moon, because the moon greatly affects our emotions, or it can affect our emotions. And if we know what's going on, we can make the most of these influences. So the moon's transit is going to be transiting through different zodiac or different signs throughout the week. Each sign the moon passes through is going to bring its own unique energy that's going to impact us significantly. It's going to impact our relationship. It's going to impact our interactions with folks. So you want to be abreast of what's going on. The moon stays in each sign for about 2.5 days. So understanding the order of the transitions can actually help us, prepare for the emotional landscape that we're going to be walking into for the week. And so this week, the moon is moving through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Okay. And so when the moon is in Scorpio, our emotions are deep and intense, driving a desire to explore the underlying truth of, situations that we're in the midst of. And so there's a strong pull towards introspection with this transit, and it's making it a powerful time for personal transformations and shedding old emotional baggage. So feelings of progressiveness or suspicions may also arise. So it's essential to avoid any manipulative behaviors or obsessive thoughts at this time. So you're warned, right? The best activity, you want to manage your finances during this time, engage in deep self-reflection or research. You want to work on personal transformation or psychological healing. That's great with this energy. This energy is great for that. The moon in Sagittarius is going to bring a sense of optimism and adventure, pushing you to seek new experiences and explore different perspectives. All right. It's going to shift the focus away from the details and the desire to look at the broader picture will become strong at this time. Spontaneity is the key here, and there's going to be a tendency to act on impulse rather than on plan. So watch out for that. There may be a risk of overextending yourself or exaggerating situations. So it's important to stay grounded during this time. The best activities at this time is going to be traveling, embarking on new adventures, engaging in physical activities or sports, learning new things or pursuing higher education. Taking part in spontaneous, exciting ventures is also good at this time. And so when the moon is in Capricorn, the need for structure and discipline is going to become more apparent, and that's going to push you to focus on long-term goals and responsibilities. Time management becomes a priority, and there's a strong desire to work towards tangible results at this time. The energy feels serious and goal-oriented when the moon is in Capricorn, and that makes this a good time for productivity. Though emotions may feel a little bit restrained, right? This period can also feel a bit heavy, but it provides a strong foundation for success overall. The best activities during this time is going to be working on career goals, long-term projects, organizing practical tasks, or making long-term investments, planning and structuring business ventures or personal goals is all good when the moon is in Cap. When the moon is in Aquarius, a desire for freedom and innovation takes over. This leads to a focus on unconventional ideas and progressive thinking. That's Aquarius for you. Emotional detachment allows for more rational approach to situations, encouraging intellectual exploration at this time. Group dynamics and social causes become more important, and there's a pull towards working for the greater good when the moon is in Aquarius. Also, when the moon is in Aquarius, breaking away from routine and embracing new methods is good, although personal freedom may take precedence over rigid structures at this time. The best activities when the moon is in Aquarius is going to be engaging in social groups or activities, brainstorming new and innovative ideas, exploring unconventional approaches to problem solving, and taking part in progressive or humanitarian projects. That's what I got for you overall. Now let's see how this is going to be affecting each of the signs. Let's go, guys. Aries, the week starts off on Sunday, September 8th with the moon in your 8th house. Financial matters or emotional ties to possessions might preoccupy your minds this week. You may fall into familiar emotional patterns rather than taking a fresh approach to the issues that will present this week. Keep in mind, emotions will run deep, and it's going to be easy to react strongly to interactions you're having. And this could possibly lead to intense or exaggerated responses. So you might want to, just take a look out for that. Also, on the 8th through the 11th, you have Pallas Athena trining your sign, and this period is going to bring ease and flow in expressing your creativity and talents, particularly in your professional life and in your close relationships. Fresh experiences inspire you at this time. They're going to help you understand your abilities and how to use them in practical ways. Other people or others that you encounter or interact with are they recognize your fairness and balance. This leads to opportunities where you can share your insights and ideas. Healing approaches that focus on both mental and physical, or your mental and your physical well-being, are beneficial during this time, and you'll enjoy calm, pleasant environments, and relationships feel cooperative and fulfilling. From the 8th through the 9th, you had the sun opposing Venus, or the sun and Venus opposing your ascendant, or opposing Aries. And this is going to be an excellent moment to make a positive impression on others. You're radiating warmth and confidence at this time. Your energy is drawing people in, and your charm makes you someone others enjoy being around. At this time, you have a chance to spread positivity and make those around you feel valued and appreciated. On the 9th through the 10th, you have Mercury quincunxing your sign. Small disruptions may interfere with errands or short trips. This is going to force you to rearrange your schedule. You're going to have to redirect. That's all about the quincunx. Something you thought was resolved could resurface, and this is going to be requiring more attention and possibly more adjustments to resolve what you thought was resolved. Conversations that you have may feel awkward, and negotiations can be a bit challenging. Though outright conflict is unlikely. It's just awkward. That's all. On the 9th, you're going to have Mercury in your 6th house. Your focus is going to shift towards improving your daily work routines and productivity, with the emphasis on learning new methods and approaches. Conversations with your colleagues and superiors. Conversations with colleagues or superiors can lead to small but important improvements in your work environment. If health issues are on your mind, this is going to be a good time to talk to an expert or make changes in your lifestyle. Also on the 9th, you're feeling at peace with yourself, in sync with the people around you, because the moon is trining your sign. There's a natural inclination to follow what feels safe and reliable rather than seeking change at this time. Also, your relationships bring comfort, and you're inclined to go with the flow while the moon is trining your sign. Okay. Also on the 9th, the moon is going to move into your 9th house. You're going to feel a strong urge to break. God, I can't speak. You're going to feel a strong urge to break away from your daily routine and explore new experiences as they arise. You may feel drawn to activities that expand your knowledge or offer a new perspective on life at this time. If you have the opportunity, taking a short trip or simply stepping back to reflect on the bigger picture can be super refreshing at this moment. On the 11th, the moon is squaring your sign. When that happens, you'll feel a bit out of sync with yourself or others, and others or others, struggling to find your rhythm as you try to, make your way through this energy. Heightened emotional sensitivity may cause you to overreact or feel more vulnerable than usual when the moon is square in your sign. It's easy to feel frustrated, so try to stay grounded and avoid impulsive decisions that's, out of frustration. On the 11th through the 14th, the moon is going to be in your 10th house, Aries. So at this time, professional matters and long-term goals come into focus as you consider your career path moving forward. Your actions are going to be more visible to others, and your personal life might be open to public scrutiny. So be careful there. This is going to be a good time to consider how you present yourself in your professional and public life. On the 14th, the moon is going to be sextiling your sign. You're going to feel drawn to familiar comforts, seeking reassurance from people, places, or memories that bring a sense of safety. It's also going to be a time to where you're going to have a reflective mood that's going to take hold of you, and you might look into the past for guidance and emotional support. So be on the lookout for that, guys. And that is all I have for you, Aries. If you got some value, like and subscribe. And until next time, keep your hearts open and your spirits connected.